out trying to really assort themselves on the perimeter. Now for the Royals, look out for the likes of Matt Scott, as we mentioned, the Laverinovich twins, but Captain Olin Jackman, along with sharpshooter Will Neighbor. This is a very strong perimeter shooting team, head coached by Lloyd Gardner. And
Mr. Captain, fantastic himself.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're live here at Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. It is the British Basketball League Cup between our hosts, the only undefeated team here in the British Basketball League, the London City Royals, against the visitors, Worcester Wolves. Remember, today's game sponsor is LOT Polish Airlines. They are today's match sponsor. It's live. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're set for tip. Jordan Williams and Will Neighbor. Well, tip is underway, and the Worcester Wolves get the first possession of the game. Well, tempo's going to be the key here early. Close it down low to Jordan Williams. Now the Hulk. This is a good matchup for him. Cortez Edwards back to Williams. Steps back from 15 feet. Jordan Williams, nothing but net. Early stage, and that's a part of his game that we've seen a lot of improvement here. His little mid-range. Remember last season playing in Germany in the Bundesliga. Great to have him back in the British Basketball League. Lucas now throws down to Will Neighbor. Will Neighbor looking for a kick out. Will Neighbor fades away in the lane. Doesn't get it. Hulk gets the rebound. Edwards now comes off one screen. Down, Raheem May Thompson tries the three-pointer. The three is no good. And now Lucas is on the run. Lucas behind the back move. In, puts up a little floater. And Lucas gets it going on the fast break early for the London City Royals. Well, now you can see Raheem May Thompson, Olin Jackman, a great defensive matchup. He knows Raheem May Thompson can score, but right now, Jordan Williams, Hulk, backs down low block, lose the dribble. And they've just caught a foul, and I think they're going to call it on Will Neighbor. It's a good call by the official. Just a slight little push in the back, so it will be a sideline ball now to the Worcester Wolves. Now that's the matchup, ladies and gentlemen, you want to see. You want to see Jordan Williams demand the ball on the low block. You want to see him go to work. And again, Jordan Williams is going to have a big night tonight. He's going to have to go up against Will Neighbor, possibly the Laverinovich twins, as makes an early penetration now. Down to the Hulk. Hulk backs down, kicks it out, tries a 15-foot jump shot, no good. Rebound by Olin Jackman. Now Matt Scott tries to cross over on his right. Thought about the jump shot, doesn't take it. And now you can see Worcester Wolves defending the London City Royals very aggressive. Matt Scott all the way. Scott gets rejected. What a block by Raheem May Thompson. Well, setting the tone early now. Worcester Wolves another turnover. It was a great defensive play by Raheem May Thompson, but again, Worcester Wolves have got to be better at transition. They've got to be more clinical. Down low to Olin Jackman. Jackman goes up with a no foul called. Another turnover. And now Jordan Williams probably going to slow this one in transition. Gets the backdoor play. Down low in the lane. They turn it over. It's a kick ball, so it will be baseline now to the Worcester Wolves. You see a little bit of a nervy start now from both two teams, making a few careless turnovers, but again, just have to get in their rhythms a bit more. Let the ball move. Well, they inbound the ball now. Thompson comes up and sets a pick and roll. Gets it off the roll now. Down the middle, kicks out. Hughes with a pump fake, crosses over. Hughes dishes off to Williams. Well, we probably have a 3-second violation on Jordan Williams. You can see Williams saying to Raheem May Thompson, shoot the ball. You're wide open off the screen. The London City Royals now will bring the ball up with Elvisi Douche. Has just stepped into a starting role tonight. They moved Matt Scott over to the shooting guard role with Ed Lucas playing the 3 and Olin Jackman at the 4. Jackman down low, another turnover. Now Raheem May Thompson, Hughes in transition. Hughes all the way with the throwdown. And that's what you come to see here in the British Basketball League. Hughes took it coast to coast. Well, great fast break basketball by Worcester Wolves. Is now Scott with a jump shot off the mark. Now, Wolves on the run again. It's a 4-on-3 transition. Kicks up to Cortez Edwards. Edwards kicks it back out. They got a 3 ball. The 3 is up. The 3 is no good. Edwards with the rebound. Fades one, gets rejected. Will Neighbor says, not in my house. May Thompson pump fakes. Goes in with a little teardrop. Way off the mark. Well, they're getting some good looks, but again, they just got to finish these shots in the lane. Douche another turnover, but again, careless pass, but now Worcester can push again in transition. Down low, Raheem May Thompson easily lays it up off the glass. Well, lackadaisical transition defense now by the London City Royals. Got to get back in transition, stop the ball. Dushi down low to Olin Jackman, takes it from 15 feet. Olin doesn't get it. Now, credit to the Worcester Wolves. They've come out here much more aggressive than they were in the game against the Plymouth Raiders, making life very difficult for the London City Royals. And that's how you have to play when you come here as an away team here at Crystal Palace. Nothing given easy. Lucas on the perimeter. Off the screen now, Will Neighbor pulls up from 18 feet, and then Lucas sinks it right off the dribble. Well, that's a part of his game he's starting to develop now, shooting not off the catch, but also taking it off the dribble. Williams now in the low block, give a go pass, gets a deflection, and it's a turnover. So we'll be London City Royals basketball. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming into the game right now is Kofi Josephs, the basketball assassin. And again, interesting to see he didn't start in today's game, which I imagine is probably a tactical decision by Coach Matt Newby. Down low, Laverinovich wide open, takes the three-pointer, doesn't get it. Matt Scott, another rebound. Scott, bit of contact, goes up. Offensive foul, no basket. Well, great defensive play by Kofi Joseph, but I'd have to see the replay, though, because from this angle, it looked like Kofi Joseph was in the semicircle, but Matt Newby applauding Kofi Joseph for the defensive effort, taking the charge. Now looking to get the ball to the basketball assassin. Joseph's now on the ball. Pulls up to Jordan Williams. Williams looking to isolate. Pulls from 15 feet again. Jordan Williams doesn't get it. Well, they're able to secure the rebound now with Matt Scott in transition. Down to Laverinovich. Laverinovich in the post, guarded by May Thompson. Lucas now long two from 19 feet. Doesn't get it. A big rebound by Hughes. And a foul there picked up by Laverinovich. So we'll be sideline ball to the Worcester Wolves. Well, Van Saez now checks in for Raheem May Thompson. Raheem May Thompson caused a lot of problems again. There you can see the ever so famous London City Royal fan there waving the flag. That man has been here every game, showing his loyal support and passion for the game of basketball. As waste no time, Worcester Wolves in transition. Hughes pops up. Van Saez thought about the three. Again, turns it over to 2-1 in transition. Lucas, what do we have here? Lucas with an easy layup. Well, and Lucas, I thought he was going to give it a throwdown, but goes with the smart option and just lays that one up. He's now going to go pick and roll with Jordan Williams. Kicks out. Kofi Josephs had the three-pointer, pulls up from 18 feet. Kofi Josephs, the basketball assassin, nails it from 18 feet. Well, again, that man cannot be given any time or space on the ball. He will shoot the ball anywhere on the court. Let's pick and roll now with Olin Jackman now. Back out to Matt Scott. Takes in with his left hand now. Bit of contact down low on the help side. Comes in for the deflection, so we'll be baseline ball now to the London City Royals. Well, again, Worcester Wolves coming in with some great help side defense, not allowing any easy penetrations by the London City Royals, and they're always one player over. Now, what the London City Royals have to do is just have to whip the ball and move it as quick as possible and find some open shooters. Can we see this with a lot of teams coming down to Crystal Palace, understanding the depth and quality of players they're up against. And it's going to be a case of help side defense as Olin Jackman looks for the easy one, doesn't get it, but Laverinovich in the low block, kicks out, pulls up from 18 feet. Does he get fouled now? Well, they have called the foul, so we'll go to the free throw line now for two shots. Well, young player coming through the ranks here in the London basketball community and stepping up and showing his potential capabilities week in, week out here in the British basketball. He played some very good minutes. Remember, GB Youth International as well.
Second one is live off the rim.
Well, miss a make here from the free throw. Worcester Wolves have to get the ball inbound, and get out on the break as quick as possible now. One thing you don't want to do is get London City Royals into a half-court defense and just allow them to get out on the break. I mean, you got to play transition basketball against a team like this. Jordan Williams now got it by Lavrinovic, has to kick the ball out. Josephs almost gets his pocket picked by Matt Scott. Goes out of bounds, another turnover. And again, defensive presence of Lavrinovic. Turnover on. Pass was caused to from Kofi Josephs to Jordan Williams, but got to take care of the basketball. And Cortez Edwards is going to check back into the game. Now, this is the big three that they've got here at Worcester with Cortez Edwards, their top scorer, along with Jordan Williams and Kofi Josephs, the basketball assassin. Scott now looking for Ed Lucas. Ed Lucas thought about taking the three-pointer, doesn't pull the trigger. Scott goes pick and roll. Lavrinovic kicks out. Now they got a wide open shot. Here comes the three ball. The three is up. The three is good from downtown. And the youngster, as he's been doing week in, week out, just starting to prove himself as he hits down the big three. Kofi in the corner, Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams, we've seen this, takes a three-pointer way off the mark. And now Matt Scott can push in transition. Scott's got Lavrinovic ahead of him. Takes it himself. Scott all the way, hangs in the air, doesn't get it. And now Worcester Wolves can push in transition. Edwards on the ball. Tries to go himself. Bit of contact. Cortez Edwards doesn't get it. Lavrinovic with a big rebound. And now the London City Royals can push again. In the lane, kicks out. Good ball movement. And Lavrinovic looking for a handoff. Why not? Takes a three-pointer. Doesn't get it. You can see Jordan Williams now forcing Lavrinovic to take the three-pointer. Edwards off a screen. They draw a foul on Ed Lucas. Basket does not count. Well, Jordan Williams set a good screen, but got tangled up. And again, probably was one roll away from another throwdown. You have seen Jordan Williams do this, but just going to go to the bench, take a little breather. As Raheem May Thompson comes back into the game. Well, Kelly Hemming now saying, let's go Wolves here. And great to see Worcester Wolves fans live here on the chat on YouTube. Kelly Hemming, your support will be given to the Worcester Wolves, and I will make a mention of it to Matt Newby at halftime. Goes baseline now. Has to kick it out. Tries a three ball. The three is up. The three is good. Well, that's a part of the game the Worcester Wolves are going to have to play throughout the whole game if they're going to stay in this one. The Worcester Wolves, a lot of credit to them, having only lost 2 games here in the British Basketball League Cup against London City Royals. Lavrinovic had the three-pointer. Didn't take it. Takes in with his left now. Bit of contact all the way. Miss the lane, but what a pass. Lavrinovic with the and-one. Well, he could get the assist for that one, but big boy Lavrinovic just cleaning up. Well, Lavrinovic, if you see the big fella, you let him know that you love the game of basketball. You say to him, man patenka krepshinas. Again, you think about the big clubs that this man has played for in Europe, along with his brother, having won MVPs in big European competitions. And again, look at the support they brought here tonight here at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center. As he makes a three-point play. Well, the score is now currently 14-11. Kofi Josephs now on the ball. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Kofi thought about the three, takes it in himself, steps back behind the back, tough shot, gets fouled. Now, you can see what a nightmare he is to guard, because with the length and athleticism, he's about 6'5", 6'6", but the ability to get a shot off in pressure situations and forcing the defense to overcommit. Now he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, a product of basketball in Birmingham, playing at Solihull under the great Richard Parker, who he gave a lot of credit to for his development. And not to mention a lot of other coaches, the likes of Steve Moroso, along with the great Nigel Hansen and Paul Douglas, all have an influence in his career as he makes it 2 for 2 from the stripe. And Ed Lucas now checks back into the game as Matt Scott goes to the bench, takes a breather. Now a bit of full court pressure from the Worcester Wolves. So LVC Dusha just keeps it under control for the London City Royals. Lucas off one screen, Pulls up for a deep three, gets a little block from Raheem Thompson. 6 seconds on the shot clock now. Dusha takes in the lane. Dusha off to Lavrinovic. What a play there! Well, VC Dusha took it in the key, drew the defense over, and found a wide open Krzysztof Lavrinovic. Edwards now comes up one screen, looking for the pick and pop. Van Sears had the three-pointer, pulls up from 15 feet, nails the 15-foot jump shot. Well, he didn't take the three-pointer, and I was going to say that's where you got to pull the trigger, but makes it count from the mid-range. Dusha now, hesitation now, goes baseline, kicks out. Lucas, big three-pointer, doesn't take it. Ed Lucas in the lane, gets another block. And now Raheem Thompson, 2-on-2 transition with Hughes. Fish off Kofi Josephs. Josephs doesn't know where to shoot or pass. No foul called. And now the London City Royals now can push again in transition. Well, why not? He's made one three-pointer, takes another one, doesn't get it. Well, it was the right option to take. It was a great high screen there by Lavrinovic. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Cortez Edwards gives up to Raheem Thompson, takes a three-pointer, doesn't get it. Well, he's 0 for 2 so far from the perimeter here in the first quarter. And no doubt he's going to keep shooting the ball in the latter stages of this game. 1 second difference between the game clock and shot clock. We'll try and run this one down, but we do have a foul now. So we'll be baseline to the London City Royals, and they will get the last shot of the quarter. Sorry, be sideline ball now as they get into LVC Dusha. You can see Lavrinovic saying to him, let's run this one down. Lavrinovic now sets a high screen. Dusha pulls up for a three-pointer. LVC Dusha doesn't get it. Hughes with a rebound. 1 second to go. Throws up a wild prayer. And it's out of bounds. And at the end of the first quarter, it is a hook. Well, if we go to the YouTube live chat, we've got Keith Bredden and Ben Swain, also fans of the Worcester Wolves, and Tina Campbell saying, let's go, hashtag Wolfpack, from the city of Leeds, actually. Oh, very interesting. Worcester Wolves having fans all over the country. Remember, a club that went from a beginning in the late 2000s to getting Paul James as their head coach in the 2009-2010 season and becoming BBL trophy winners and playoff champions in the 2013-14 regular season, defeating the Newcastle Eagles at the Wembley Arena. Well, the foundations are set for Worcester, along with Matt Newby and Dean Blake as their coaches, to try and bring back those glory days to the West Midlands. Lavrinovic now backs down, kicks out to VC Dusha. Dusha goes in, back to Lavrinovic. And again, a 3-second violation called on the big fella. Well, that's smart play there from the Worcester Wolves, because what they're trying to do is force the London City Royals to make more penetrations in the key and take them away from their perimeter bread and butter that they usually go by game in, game out. Kofi now off one screen, gives up to Van Sears. Van Sears takes him with his right, kicks out to Raheem Thompson. Back to Kofi Josephs. The assassin kicks out. Well, they got a three ball. Can they make this one? The three is up, and the three is good. Well, Worcester Wolves, again, I felt were passing up a lot of opportunities there in the lane, but again, just able to come out, capitalize from the perimeter. So they take a 2-point lead in this game. Dusha kicks out in the corner. It's made one three-pointer rather. Makes another one. Well, it's raining threes right now. They're the young fella. Well, he's 2 for 3 from the perimeter. Again, stepping up and playing big in the absence of Andrew Lawrence. Looking for the handoff now. Joseph's bit of contact in the lane. Doesn't get it. Rebound by Will Neighbor. And now VC Dusha. Pushing transition. Gets a handoff. Looking to get it back from Lavrinovic. Hasn't made a three-pointer yet. Takes another one. Still can't get it. Rebound by Cortez Edwards. Edwards now shakes and bakes, takes it in with his right, bit of contact, doesn't get it. Raheem Thompson tries to follow up. And Ed Lucas just trying to slow this one down in transition. Try to get him into a half-court 7. Throws a love pass and another turnover. Well, transition, Van says. Well, now Worcester Wolves won an unsportsmanlike foul because they found they've caught it. So now Worcester Wolves will get 2 free throws and they'll get the ball back. Well, it's the right call to make because you think about it. They had a transition play there, 3-on-2, and a deliberate foul to stop the transition is definitely an unsportsmanlike foul. So now Van Says will shoot these 2 free throws and he'll get the ball back. Well, London City Royals just holding on to that 1-point lead so far, 19-18 here in the second quarter. Well, Milan Stanislavljevic, a very ardent London City Royals fan, is just saying, Royals from Vauxhall. As Van Says makes the second free throw. And London City Royals having fans all over London, if you think about it. I mean, Vauxhall also just south of the river. Kofi Josephs now will inbound this ball. Comes off one screen, now kicks out. Van Says giving up another three-pointer, takes it in, bit of contact, goes up with it, strong layup. And he flexes the gun to look at the bench to say, I'm in business tonight. Now, one thing he's probably done is he's probably angered Mr. Lavrinovic. Here comes the screen now with Matt Scott. Lavrinovic demanding the ball in the low block. Scott on the ball, gives up to Orlin Jackman. Jackman pulls the trigger from the three-point line, and Orlin Jackman, the young man from East London, Hackney White Heat Academy, nails the triple. Well, Cortez Edwards now kicks out to Jordan Williams. They go for another handoff. Williams in the corner. Van Says pulls the trigger. Boy, he hit the backboard from the side and missed a three-pointer. Scott up against Kofi Josephs. Gives up to Ed Lucas. Lavrinovic in the corner. Jackman's made one three-pointer. Takes another. And one! Orlin Jackman, are you serious? Is going to go for a four-point play. Orlin Jackman, remember, as we said, came in from the great basketball club, Hackney White Heat, under the very late Joe White, one of basketball's greatest. And he will go to the free throw line to make it a four-point play. Back-to-back triples now from Orlin Jackman, also known as OJ here at Crystal Palace. Well, Laurie Weston now has got involved in the live feed chat. She said, go Wolves. And again, Worcester Wolf fans making their voices heard. And this is what we want. We want fans from both teams involved. Laura Brown says, OJ with the triple. Orlin Jackman makes the four-point play, and he puts the London City Royals up by 5 points. And again, the atmosphere getting a lot more electrical. Edwards now doesn't use the screen from Jordan Williams in the lane. Raheem A. Thompson all the way up the backboard, doesn't get it. Edwards gets an offensive rebound, goes up. Cortez Edwards going in for the second chance, and he doesn't give up on it. Scott now taking in with his left hand. Well, they got the switch on the defense. He's guarded by Jordan Williams. Little neighbor guarded down low. Here's the isolation. Scott pulls up for a quick three-pointer, doesn't get it. Kofi Joseph with the offensive rebound. Edwards in the lane, kicks out. Well, he's made one three-pointer, takes another one, doesn't get it. Scott in transition now, beats his man, kicks out to Lavrinovic. Good ball reversal. Lucas takes a big three-pointer, doesn't get it. Scott with a rebound, tips it off Edwards, and it will be baseline ball, just in the corner sideline, I believe, to the London City Royals. Get some more open looks from the perimeter and keep battling down low for the rebounds. Again, if Worcester Wolves can win the rebounds in this game, it's definitely a good shot they'll come up with a victory, because against the likes of some real big and the Lavrinovic twins, not to mention Orlin Jackman, along with Will Neighbor. But remember, London City Royals have the best rebounding backcourt player in Matt Scott. And the cheerleaders just getting involved and giving a very, very excellent performance tonight. As long as a very superstar European Lithuanian fan there waving the flag. So we'll be a corner baseline ball now to the London City Royals. Well, Jake Mather now getting involved, saying, let's go Worcester. And again, Worcester Wolves fans making their voices heard. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you get involved in the live chat, you will be given a shout-out. Lavrinovic goes in with a teardrop. The assist coming from Ed Lucas. Beautiful penetration and a dish off to the big fella. Well, that's going to be where Worcester Wolves are going to be mismatched tonight in the low block with the size of the Lavrinovic twins. And Of course, with the shooting of Orland Jackman and Will Neighbor. Hughes pulls up, tries to throw it down low. Tip. Don't come up with a steal. Edwards thought about taking the three, doesn't take it. 5 on the shot clock. Got to pull the trigger. The three is up. The three is tucked away. Worcester Wolves keep battling back. Well, they've hit 4 3-pointers so far in the game. And again, if they keep shooting like that all night long, contain the rebounds, give themselves a chance. Laverinovich down low. Will Neighbor wide open. Pump fakes. Oh, go up with it. No. Traveling violation called. Well, he was aware that Cortez Edwards was going to block it, but Will Neighbor gets penalized for the traveling violation. Well, Will Neighbor starting his basketball career in the south of England, playing for the Solent Stars, where he was given the great tutelage under the great Jimmy Guyman. Remember, Jimmy Guyman was also a pro basketball player here back in the 80s for Crystal Palace. Jordan Williams now in the low block, backs down against Laverinovich, kicks out to Edwards. And Edwards almost loses dribble. 2 on the shot clock. He's got to pull the trigger. Doesn't get it. Will Neighbor just holds off May Thompson. And now Matt Scott can push in transition. Scott now comes up one screen looking for Laverinovich. In and out, goes baseline. Scott tries to get the layup, doesn't get it. And now Worcester Wolves can push in transition. Edwards looking for options, gets Hughes. Hughes wide open for 3, takes the triple, doesn't get it in and out. Laverinovich coming in like a sergeant on the rebound. And again, another turnover. As Matt Scott forced it. Hughes all the way, gets fouled. Now the question is, it is a shooting foul, so the officials have deemed that. So Hughes will go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. And that's a good call from the officials, because I think had Hughes got by Laverinovich, he would have laid that up. So excellent call by the referee. Well, we got face of the game GT now getting involved and say Royals gonna win easy. Well, and Gabriel Homewood now heard the shout out. I'm a young baller from Brighton, and my Instagram is at the Southern Graham. So follow Gabriel Homewood on Instagram. So Hughes, you can see that so far, getting some good looks from the perimeter, making some very key penetrations as makes the first free throw. Well, if you try and analyze these two teams, it's fair to say that the Worcester Wolves have a very good post player in Jordan Williams and some great backcourt players, but I think the depth and the artillery of the London City Royals just goes a little bit further. 1 point lead now to the London City Royals with 4:08 to go here in the second quarter. Down low, Laverinovich, another turnover. And again, defense very aggressive from the Worcester Wolves. Down low to May Thompson. Thompson backs down, kicks out. Jordan Williams had a wide open shot, didn't take it. Cortez Edwards dished it up. And another travel called. And both these two teams making some careless turnovers. You can see Cortez Edwards just drove into a... Again, if the pass isn't there, you can't just throw it at him. Well, as one of the Lab twins comes out, the other one comes in. Tina Campbell back in it again on the live chat saying, let's go Worcester, let's go. And David Floor making a great point. Great to see the multicultural and diverse basketball community, and that's what it's all about here at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center. It's Laverinovich draws another foul on the low block. And again, a lot of people starting to debate how the Laverinoviches are fitting in here for the London City Royals. And there you can see right there, both of them about 7 feet apart. Again, maybe not so much dominating the points perspective, but again, with their experience, causing a lot of problems in the low block. I mean, every time they get the ball, they get double teamed and they draw fouls, which puts the Royals close to the penalty. But also what it does is frees up open shooters on the perimeter now. 6 seconds on the shot clock now. VC Douche has got to get going to the basket. Has to kick it out baseline, and yet another turnover. Well, I've got to credit the Worcester Wolves, again, coming in very calculated. Definitely understanding how they're going to defend this team. Well, Edwards now picking up his dribble, has to give it up, gets a handoff now, 4 on the shot clock. Back to Raheem May Thompson, but he's got to shoot the ball all the way to the basket. Off the backboard, doesn't get it. Well, he probably should have taken the three-pointer, but again, he did get a good look at the basket. Now Jackman. Down low to Orland Jackman, catching the low block. Jackman goes up, gets the layup. Olin Jackman now coming in, playing some very good minutes. 11 points so far here in the game. Stepping up and playing a pivotal role. Trying to play to be the best power forward here in the British Basketball League. Edwards off one screen, gives out to Mae Thompson. Down low to Jordan Williams. Williams has to kick it out. Cortez Edwards takes a three-pointer, doesn't get it. Rebound by Lavrinovic, and now LVC Dusha can push in transition. Dusha now gets a ball reversal. Under 10 on the shot clock. They're looking for the love pass. Throw it down to Lavrinovic. Turns around, gives a little teardrop. Gets it to go. Well, again, if you want to know what these two players are good at, there you can see it. Just a touch in and around the basket, but it's the presence to be able to assert themselves. Probably not many players that can guard him one-on-one in the low block. And it looks like a charge has been called now on Hughes. Great defensive play there. And another timeout call with 1:52 to go here in the second quarter. Well, Will Creekmore. Some great names haven't played. And the foundations are strong. If you think with Matt Newby, head coach Dean Blake, been around the West Midlands for a long time with Sporting Club Albion. And a big three with Cortez Edwards, along with Kofi Joseph, the basketball assassin, and the big Hulk, Jordan Williams, and Raheem Mae Thompson for that matter. The future is brightest. Lavrinovic in the low block gets fouled. Doesn't get the and one. He's fouled by Van Saz. So the big man will go to the free throw line now for two shots. Well, Lavrinovic twins, as we mentioned, playing for some of the biggest clubs in Europe. Having played for the likes of Real Madrid, as well as Žalgiris and other big clubs in Lithuania like Lietkabelis and Neptūnas Klaipėda, two teams involved in the Basketball Champions League. Yeah, both these two twins having won MVP roles in countries such as Ukraine and big European competitions. And again, just their basketball intelligence and the dynamic they offer to the London City Royals is phenomenal. Lavrinovic makes it 2 for 2 from the stripe and gives the London City Royals a 7-point lead. The three is up, and the three is no good. Olin Jackman with a big rebound. Jackman transition, gives up to Dusha, in transition. And the Albanian sensation makes the layup. LVC Dusha. Any other team, he is the franchise point guard, but in such a competitive team, coming off the bench. But he did start tonight. He's played some good basketball. Good ball reversal. Hughes takes a wide open three, takes it, doesn't get it. Neighbor with a rebound. Dusha now gives up to Lavrinovic, gets a handoff with Ed Lucas. Lucas give and go. Lavrinovic with a reverse layup, doesn't get it, but he's going to go to the free throw line out for two shots now. I thought Lavrinovic was going to give Lucas an assist with a throwdown, but in the end, he's going to go to the free throw line. Well, what a play by Ed Lucas to come off that screen and just to make that bounce pass off a narrow gap. Remember, Ed Lucas, second season now with the London City Royals, having played a few seasons of professional basketball. Angola was just breaking the fringes of making the national team. Angola just playing in the FIBA World Cup in China, where his brother, Nate Lucas, was the S&C coach. And Nate Lucas doing a good job as the S&C coach so far for the London City Royals and making sure these players are healthy to play week in, week out. They are without Will Saunders and the great Andrew Lawrence, who's probably going to be a runner for the most valuable player this season in the British Basketball League. Take nothing away, Justin Robinson playing some good minutes as well for the London Lions. And it's going to be a great matchup when those two play in the London Derby next week. Mae Thompson kicks it out. Will almost get stripped, and again, he was very indecisive when he wanted to penetrate baseline, but he had Olin Jackman guarding him, and OJ definitely wasn't letting him take the three-pointer. Baseline ball now to the Worcester Wolves. Love pass to Mae Thompson. Mae Thompson, tough fadeaway in the lane. Raheem Mae Thompson. And the boy from Merseyside sinks the little teardrop. Tough play by Raheem Mae Thompson. Cuts it back down to a 9-point ball game. We got 25 seconds to go here in the first half. City Royals, 7 seconds difference between game clock and shot clock. Dusha now 5 seconds on the shot clock. He's got to get something going. He's going to have to shoot the ball. Dusha with a fadeaway, throws up a Hail Mary shot, doesn't get it. Now, Kofi Joseph, this is time for the basketball assassin. 2 seconds left. Steph's got to shoot it. Shot is up. Doesn't get the three-pointer. And at the end of the first half, London City Royals lead this one 38-29.
29 to your London City Royals.
Well, the Worcester Wolves will have the first possession here of the second half right now. They trail this one by 9 points. Cortez Edwards, will bring the ball up now. They've got the big three out there with Edwards, Jordan Williams, and the basketball assassin, Kofi Josephs, is now on the ball. Down low to Williams now. Williams backs down, gives a nice pass, but it's just not there. Van says wasn't aware of it. Again, that is one thing Jordan Williams is renowned for. Now, the great Ronnie Baker did discuss in the BBL game of the day that, along with Coach Lewis Gabriel, that Jordan Williams is an excellent post-passing player. Almost like Arvydas Sabonis, the great Lithuanian legend. And now, LVC Dusha brings the ball up as he gives it up to Matt Scott. Now Ed Lucas now tries to isolate, shake and bake in the lane. He's got to kick it out. Neighbor hasn't made a three yet. Doesn't get it. Jackman with the offensive rebound. Kicks out. Lucas pump fakes. Lucas now kicks out. Dusha wide open. Scott, three-pointer in the corner. Matt Scott doesn't get it. Good ball movement. He can't come up with a perimeter shot. Comes off one screen now. Kicks out. Van Says had a three-point. Didn't take it. Now Van Says is giving the ball to Jordan Williams, but he's got two players on him in the low block. You got to shoot the ball when you're wide open. And now Worcester Wolves has it all over to do again here with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Will be sideline ball now to the Worcester Wolves. Just try to deal with a wet spot there in front of the VIP section. Now, if you see the official match sponsors are Lot Polish Airlines. They are the official game sponsors here. Lot Polish Airlines who are here tonight. And Williams now backs down. Hall kicks out and they've caught a traveling violation. Good call on the official. Williams did take 3 steps there, possibly 2 there as he made the pass. Well, it's not a bad move if you're going in for a layup, but again, if you're going in, take those steps for a pass. That is a traveling violation. Great job by the official. Scott now catches the ball in the wing. Lucas now looking to isolate against Kofi Josephs. Looking down low. Gives up to Scott. 4 on the shot clock. Got to get something on the basket. Scott's going to have to pull the trigger. Step back. Hail Mary 3. Matt Scott almost got it, but Jordan Williams secures a rebound. Well, looks like a foul's been called on LVC Dusha, I believe. Just a little tangle up. Well, LVC Dusha, tough as nails. One guy that will give you 110% on defense. And again, a foul like that just kind of sets the tone for his team. And just to say to him, we're an aggressive team. Joseph now pulls up, tough 3. Kofi Joseph doesn't get it. Both teams now coming out and trying to force the issue from the perimeter. But again, they got to get the ball moving, get some better open looks. Lucas looking for Will Neighbor. Neighbor in the low block. Fades away in the lane. Neighbor doesn't get it. Cortez Edwards with a rebound now. He'll try to push in transition. Splits defense. Euro step. Bumps all the way. Doesn't get it. Great defense by Will Neighbor. And now the London City Royals can push transition. Dusha kicks out. Lucas, can he get his first 3? Doesn't get it. Again, as we mentioned, just trying to force the issue from the perimeter, even in transition. And, if your shot's not dropping, you got to go to other ideas. Williams down low. Williams all the way, hangs in the air. Jordan Williams, and that's why it's called the Hulk. Just too big, just too strong, just too good. Dusha now comes off a screen. Looking for Neighbor, kicks out. Lucas misses last 3, takes another one. Lucas nails it from downtown. Well, the boy from Luando, Angola, hits his first triple of the game. And puts the Royals up by 10 points now. Williams backs down against Will Neighbor. Williams using the strength goes up. And they've called a foul in the back on Will Neighbor. And again, that's where Worcester Wolves have to make the most without having the Laverinovich twins on the court. Again, when you got the Lav twins in, it's very easy for them to play that post defense. Will Neighbor, again, a very physical center / power forward, but more renowned for his perimeter shooting. And I believe that Jordan Williams, there's the bread and butter right now for the Worcester Wolves. Comes off a screen now, cross court pass to Van Says. Van Says down the middle, bumps, fades away, takes the shot, in and out, gets it. Well, Van Says there made the aggressive drive and did the spin out. Just got the tough shot off against Olin Jackman. Cuts it to an 8-point ball game. Lucas now in the lane. Lucas going all the way. Gets rejected. Cortez Edwards said, not in your house. Joseph's now in the lane. Kicks out to Van Says. For Williams, time and space. Another kick out. Williams up against Matt Scott. Well, he's made 1-3 tonight. Takes another one. In and out. Doesn't get it. Well, Kelly Hemmon now back on the chat, along with Finley Holiday, saying, come on, Worcester, let's pick things up. Peter Scott as well saying, Royals, let's hold on to this lead. So, fans, make your voices heard here on the YouTube chat. You will get a shout-out. Scott in the lane. Scott hangs in the air. Goes in. Uncontested. Matt Scott. Well, again, he stepped into a big role so far. You saw that in the win against the Surrey Scorchers. Edwards down low to Jordan Williams. Spins, goes baseline. Williams, reverse layup, doesn't get it. Well, trying to get his own rebound. And again, you can see Matt Scott coming in, making himself a nuisance. Dusha in the lane. Dusha trying to kick it out. Force a tough pass, but now Matt Scott. Goes to Jackman. Jackman takes it in, pulls up from 18 feet. Olin Jackman doesn't get it. Offensive rebound by Will Neighbor. And a foul has been called. I'm not quite sure who it's on, but well, the officials now just trying to pinpoint where the contact was, but looks like one official probably just discussing with the other one that the foul from a different angle, but now they're just discussing. So this is a good thing about having three officials out there, is three different pairs of eyes can see where the foul's coming from. So we'll be baseline ball now to the London City Royals. Well, Laura Brown now is getting involved in the chat, and hashtag Royals with the crown. Enabling the Kings of London right now. Kings of the British Basketball League, for that matter, undefeated. If you look behind the basket, you've got the Lithuanian flag, and it's wide open, Olin Jackman. And if you're going to play defense like that, it's going to be a long second half for the Worcester Wolves. Now a 12-point lead to the London City Royals. Worcester have to respond to this possession. Kofi now in the lane, bit of contact up against Laverinovich. Kofi doesn't get it. May Thompson with a follow-up. Well, Raheem May Thompson now coming in with a second opportunity. LVC Dusha kicks out now to Laverinovich. Dusha now in the lane, gets a bump, gets the foul, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, ironically, Craig Sorrell just giving a shout out now, saying as a mutual fan, enjoying both teams, but also happy to see LVC Dusha getting plenty of minutes. And again, rightfully so, you can see LVC Dusha when he's out there. Probably not the most prolific three-point shooter, but has hit them down from time to time. But again, what he does is he's very, very aggressive when he penetrates and makes the defense collapse. And one thing he likes to do is pick out a pass. He makes the first free throw. Originally from Tropoja, Albania. And if you see LVC in town, you say to him, Chikim, local dialect in Albania. He makes a second free throw. And now Joshua Stenson says, I'm a Wolves fan. Can I have a shout out? Yes, you can. There's your shout out. Hughes now tries to isolate against Olin Jackman. Doesn't get it. Offensive rebound, Van Says. Van Says gets denied by Lavrinovic. And now we're on the races. Dusha transition. Got Matt Scott. Matt Scott gets rejected by Raheem May Thompson. Pinned off the backboard. Oh, what a block by Raheem May Thompson. Edwards going baseline. Edwards gets fouled by Lavrinovic. And Cortez Edwards will go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. The foul is on big man Lavrinovic.
Foul called. Edwards will go to the line. 2.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm accompanied by Mr. Shimas of Mix My Tape. And again, if you see this fella around town, you say to him, Labas Cape Sakasi, and you let him know you love the game of basketball. You say, Man Patenka Krepshinas. Well, again, it's a wonderful following. We've got Lithuanian basketball fans here at Crystal Palace. I mean, Lithuanian basketball's been going on in London for a very, very long time. And again, it's the mecca for basketball in Europe. No other sport matters in Lithuania other than basketball. Well, Matt Scott now bringing the ball up under pressure. He's had to play this point guard duty in the absence of Andrew Lawrence. Ed Lucas tries another three-pointer way off the mark. And again, what a great hustle there. Coming up with an offensive rebound. Lavrinovic in and around. Can he get it? Doesn't get it. Matt Scott goes in. And it goes out of bounds, and it will be Worcester born. You can see London City Royals going after every single ball. This team is hungry. They want to prove a point that they're the best here in the United Kingdom. Orland Jackman hustling out of bounds. Started his basketball career at Hackney Whiteheat, one of the more familiar clubs here in London. Kofi kicks out. Raheem May Thompson. Can he get his first 3? Doesn't get it. Matt Scott with a rebound and out. Tries to push in transition. He's got nobody ahead of him. Down low to Lavrinovic. Lavrinovic gets called for the traveling violation, and he acknowledges to the official that was the right call. There you can see, as we talked about the Lithuanian following, look at the flag there, right behind the basket, being waved with a lot of pride. Labas Kipsakasi, Mampatenka Krepshinu. Well, this is where tempo's got to be a lot better now from the Worcester Wolves. A 12-point deficit. They've got to keep chipping back into this game. Down low, Thompson under the basket. No foul call. Gets rejected. Well, both Orland Jackman and Lavrinovic just tower over Thompson again. That stage, you got to kick the ball out. Well, Momo Yordanov, sorry if I pronounced the name incorrectly. Another shout out. Foul is baseline. It will be to the Worcester Wolves. And again, Joshua Stenson saying, come on, Wolves. And Momo Yordanov, big Wolves fan, as well as the Bromsgrove Under-18s TV, now saying, come on to Worcester. London City Royals fans, where are you tonight? Hughes now steps back, gets rejected. Williams picks up a loose ball under the basket. Jordan Williams misses it under the basket. He gets tangled up with Matt Scott. And just slight delay in game there. Well, Eric Douglin now is involved. The runner of the World Cup basketball tournament has just said, let's go London City Royals. And that is one of the best British basketball fans here in London. Again, doing a lot for the London basketball community, is taking it to another turnover. Williams comes up with a loose ball. 2:28 now to go here in the third quarter. Williams looking for a handoff, gets to Josephs. Josephs now has to kick out. Back to Williams, pump fakes under the basket. Jordan Williams goes up, gets fouled. Well, you can see the help side coming right away, because that was basically going to be a monster throwdown by J. Will the Hulk.
2 shots.
Jay Will now misses the first free throw, and again, this stage, every little point counts. You got to make your free throws at this time. 2:70 to go. You're down by 12 points. Makes the second free throw, cuts it down to an 11-point ball game. Jordan Williams, having started the game of basketball at a later age in his teens, and again, just shows how much potential there is here in the United Kingdom. And imagine players started at a younger age, but a lot of credit to this young man. What a career he's having. Is Lavrinovic under the basket. Josephs comes up with a loose ball, and now Worcester can push in transition. Hughes kicks it out. Hughes in the lane. Hughes goes in with a finger roll. Hughes lays it up like the Iceman with the finger roll. Cuts it down to a 9-point ball game. Worcester just clawing themselves back in. Again, it starts with the defense. They've got to make sure they get stops and they get out in transition. Lucas now kicks out. They get a ball reversal. Scott goes baseline. Pulls up for 10 feet. Matt Scott off the back board, and he kissed it off the glass. Back to 11-point lead now to the hosts as Hughes comes off the screen, kicks in the corner. Williams, well, he had the shot, didn't take it. Lavrinovic with a little reach. Williams takes a jump shot, baseline, gets it to rattle in, and the Hulk just showing his little mid-range. Well, they're going to need Jordan Williams to really step it up in the low block, really force the issue, but now Matt Scott down the other end. Well, they got a mismatch in the low block. Lavrinovic is guarded by a guard, and he gets called for a 3-second violation. Lavrinovic is furious right now. Well, the situation now, Worcester can go 2 for 1 here if they get a quick basket. It's going on low. Jordan Williams. Williams looking for a handoff. Gets to the Hughes. Hughes goes baseline. Hughes strong move. Goes away. Wow, did he make that move? Somehow, some way, he goes to the basket and he nails that one down. Strong move by Hughes now. Cuts it down to a 7-point ball game. 9 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. City Royals lead this one by 7 points. Spins around the lane, goes in with a little teardrop, and he gets it to go. Strong move. 8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Well, this should be Kofi Joseph time, the assassin. Foul called now. Will be 2 free throws. You can see came out and just hedged on the screen, but it's a bad foul to give away because now gives the Worcester Wolves 2 free throws with 1.8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Well, these are 2 big free throws for him at the end of the third quarter. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering about tonight's game, it's a very special game because the official match sponsor is La Polish Airlines. They're the official game sponsor for this game. And again, we'll be seeing more of them this season here at Crystal Palace Sports Center for the British Basketball League. Makes a second free throw now. 1 second, throws up a Hail Mary 3 and almost gets it to go, but at the end of the third quarter, the London City Royals. Well, Rachel Taylor, apparently the niece of Coach Matt Newby, says, can you give a shout out watching Uncle Matt? So relative up, probably up there in Yorkshire, watching tonight's game live. Fourth quarter to go here now. The Worcester Wolves trail this one by 7 points here live at Crystal Palace. Jackman now looking to throw it down low to another turnover as Jordan Williams comes up with a loose ball. Well, Hulk with a bit of time and space. Kicks out to the assassin. Hulk backs down in the lane. Great pass, kick out. May Thompson, can he get his first 3? Doesn't get it. Offensive rebound. Well, Hughes is wide open. Hughes pulls the trigger, and he nails the triple, and he cuts it down to a 4-point ball game. Well, Worcester Wolves not giving up. Keep clawing back into this one. Now VC Dushi kicks out. Lavrinovic, can he respond? Doesn't get it. Rebound by Hughes. And now Worcester Wolves on the break. Williams, transition, kicks out. Well, big three-pointer. Can he get it? Doesn't get it. Well, that would have been a big shot if he made that one, but still a 4-point game now to the London City Royals. Down low, Neighbor. Neighbor spins baseline. Will Neighbor goes up. Will Neighbor, strong move. Well, the man from the south of England in a town called Basingstoke started his career with the Solent Stars. Now remember, Will Neighbor at the age of 14 was 6'1". And when he went to 15, 16, 17, he managed to get up to 6'10". Kofi Joseph, big three, doesn't get it. And now Dusha transition. Well, we got a wide open basket. Scott all the way. Scott makes it. Somehow, some way, Matt Scott scoops around like the Iceman, and he finishes with a finger roll. Tough play now. The score is 55-47. London City Royals leading this one by 8 points here in the fourth quarter. Hughes down low to Raheem May Thompson. Thompson down the middle, kicks out. Williams thought about taking the shot, goes all the way. And a 24-second violation is called. Another turnover to the Worcester Wolves. Well, it would have been a good move by the Hulk, but again, now they've got to do it all over again on defense. Well, VC Dusha now gives the ball up to Will Neighbor. He's looking for options, gets up to Matt Scott. Scott, well, again, Lavrinovic begging for the ball in the low block, and now the foul is called. I believe it's on Raheem May Thompson. Again, that's the problem that the Lavrinovic twins will cause. Anytime they sit themselves in that low block, not only do you have the defense having issues, but you got to come over and help, and then you've got no choice but to foul them at that point. Neighbor now wide open from 18 feet. Will Neighbor in and out, doesn't get it. Lavrinovic, offensive rebound. Big man doesn't get it. Jackman with a rebound. Orland Jackman goes up. And he puts the London City Royals up by 10 points. Again, you think of back-to-back offensive rebounds. Worcester Wolves, they've got to make sure they control the boards if they're going to come back in this game. Hughes now takes it down the middle. Turns it over. Scott with a transition. Matt Scott. Oh, baby! Matt Scott, are you serious? Splits three defenders, and he finishes in transition. This man is playing for an MVP this season in the British Basketball League. Matt Scott, the... Well, that would just do a bit of confidence now as they cut the lead now down to a 10-point ball game. Very crucial basket there by the Worcester Wolves. And now Matt Scott throws it down to the other contending MVP, Orland Jackman. Jackman in the lane, draws a foul. Doesn't get the and one. The foul was on the ground. Well, the officials just indicating that it was a foul was committed on the floor before the shot, so it will be baseline ball now to the London City Royals. Well, now Fiona Wong has just said, Liathuva, Royals, let's go.
Oh, come on, fellas.
Rachel Taylor says, thanks for the shout-out, buddy. The nephew, I am the sister-in-law. Love the Yorkshire accent. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks very much. As Lavrinovic for the three-pointer, doesn't get it. And now Worcester Wolves can push it transition. Edwards now takes him in his right. Bit of contact. No foul called. Hughes down low to Jordan Williams. Kicks out to Van Sett. Cortez Edwards, big three-pointer way off the mark. Rebound secured by the Lavrinovic twin. Scott now takes it in, has to kick out of Jackman. Jackman down low, Laverinovich. Laverinovich gives it a pump fake, draws another foul on Jordan Williams. It was a simple pump fake, took it down the middle. It was just a slight little reach by Jordan Williams. Now, the problem most of the Wolves will have is you can't keep fouling and putting London City Royals in the penalty. You're chasing the game down by 10 with 5:50. Some point in this game, you're going to have to take gambles. And if you take those gambles and foul them, you're going to send them to the free throw line. So you got to be smart defensively. Lucas now off one screen, crosses over. Scott for wide open three-pointer. Matt Scott from downtown. And pretty soon you're going to start hearing the MVP chants. He wants it. He loves it. Well, Matt Scott, remember, last year was playing for BC Hemets in the German second league, and what an impact he's making so far in the British Basketball League. Jordan Williams tries to hold off Will Neighbor, but doesn't get the jump hook, and now Worcester Wolves can build on the lead. Down low to Neighbor. Neighbor in the lane. Neighbor taking a circus shot. And again, I said Will Neighbor sometimes plays like Larry Bird. And when he takes a shot like that, I might be right. That is a circus shot. But somehow, someway, he makes it. J. Will now in the lane. Jordan Williams, bit of contact. Jordan Williams just too big and strong. And again, they need more of that for this last 5 minutes. If they're going to come back in this. Lucas down low. Laverinovich gets rejected. What a block. And now, Worcester transition. J. Will. Jordan Williams with the throw, but an offensive foul is called. Well, the pass was just too late in the transition, and Williams gets denied the monster throwdown. Well, we got a timeout right now as both these two teams wins. Matt Scott, Olin Jackman, but Worcester Wolves as well. What a great lineup they've had. Jordan Williams really performing well in the British Basketball League, along with Kofi Josephs, the basketball assassin, Raheem Maid-Sansa, and of course Cortez Edwards, a top scorer.
Only a 13-point spread.
Well, Rachel Taylor now has confirmed that her son, Buddy, is the nephew of Matt Taylor. And again, Buddy, here's your time, your moment. Uncle's out there coaching at the highest level here in the British Basketball League. Jackman now gets a hand up with Lucas. Lucas pulls off from 18 feet. Ed Lucas sinks it off the catch and shoot. And that's why Ed Lucas is such a deadly player. This guy has got a lot of range in his shot, but it's the speed, how he gets his feet set and his shoulders parallel and gets a shot off. Well, it's now a 15-point lead to the London City Royals. Down low to Jordan Williams. Williams got the back down, kicks in the corner. Van Sayers, long 2 foot on the line. It's a 2-pointer. Well, it's a tough shot to make, and it's back to a 13-point ball game now with 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Well, Laverinovich now tried to set the screen with Matt Scott. Lucas tried to split the defenders, didn't get it. Will Neighbor now pulls up from the free throw line. Will Neighbor doesn't get it. J. Will with a rebound, and now Hulk can push in transition. Hughes tries a 3 in the corner, nails a triple, and it's a 10-point ball game with 3:31 to go here in the fourth quarter. This game is not over. Worcester Wolves are going to keep battling back, but the problem is they committed a lot of fouls early as Matt Scott takes a 3-point. Matt Scott signals a triple, and he nails it. Well, does anybody disagree with me that I say this man is playing for an MVP this season? He's put up some big numbers here in the British Basketball League. Well, Matt Scott diving on the floor. Playing defense as the basketball assassin now. Kofi Joseph fakes. Has to kick it out, turns it over. And Matt Scott just slowing this one down in transition, but sends up to Lucas. Well, sends a Hail Mary alley-oop, but another turnover. Now, Kofi Joseph keeps it alive. Eurostep bumps. Kofi Joseph doesn't get it. Well, that was a tough move, but again, tough play now. Almost turned it over again with Will Neighbor. Kofi Joseph went in with a really hard foul there. Well, he just took a swipe at Will Neighbor, and I think the officials are going to decide what kind of foul it is, and they've called an unsportsmanlike foul, so Will Neighbor's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots, and they're going to get the ball back. I think it was a frustration foul from the basketball assassin, but again, he's got to keep his head now. So it'll be timeout when we get back. It'll be 2 shots, and they'll get the ball back. Well, the uncle of Matt Scott, Peter Scott, is watching this game. His way is probably the best power forward in the league.
Will Neighbor goes to the line.
Will Neighbor now shooting the unsportsmanlike free throws. So he missed the first one. Well, a little bit of history about Will Neighbor. As I mentioned, when he was 15 years old, he was only 6'1". He was playing for the Solent Stars in Southampton, and then by the time he turned under 18, he came back and he was about 6'10". So think about it, in 3 years, you grow that tall and you learn how to be a guard all those years. And when you're 6'10", it's almost like a dream come true. And what a great career he's had playing at Little Rock, Arkansas in the NCAA. 1 sec on the shot clock, goes in with a little hook shot. Somehow, some way, goes in like Magic Johnson with the baby hook. What a beautiful shot.
2 minutes.
Tried the alley-oop, Scott with a steal. Now, Matt Scott transition, bumps, no way. Well, doesn't get the and one. But again, he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, Matt Scott, for me, along with Orland Jackman, have been head-to-head for the most valuable player tonight. Remember, tonight's game is sponsored by Lot Polish Airlines, the official game sponsor here for this British Basketball League fixture between London City Royals and the Worcester Wolves. Lot Polish Airlines, the official sponsor.
It's good.
Scott makes a second free throw, and it's now a 19-point ball game to the, 18-point ball game to the London City Royals. Again, Matt Scott almost coming up with another steal, and he does just that, but I think they've called a little foul there, and it is on Matt Scott. Again, you can see what a nuisance this guy is on defense. Kofi Joseph now takes the wide open three-pointer, gets it to drop, and the basketball assassin, with 1:35 to go, cuts it down to a 15-point ball game. Down low to Lavrinovic. Lavrinovic kicks in the corner to Matt Scott. Matt Scott's made 1-3 already. Can't get this one, and it goes out of bounds. In the lane now, he's got to get something going. Under 10 on the shot clock, pulls up for another three-pointer, doesn't get it. Rebound by Lavrinovic. Well, I think it's fair to say that Worcester Wolves have come in here prepared in the first few quarters, but the depth and the size of the London City Royals has been a lot for them to handle. Transition in the lane, makes a bit of contact, goes up, finishes the layup. Well, it's now a 13-point ball game with 36 seconds to go. Well, Scott steps back, takes another three-pointer. Matt Scott sinks the triple from downtown, and he has probably been the most valuable player in tonight's game. Well, it is now a 16-point ball game with 18 seconds to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Kofi now pulls up for another three-pointer. Kofi Josephs, the basketball assassin, hits another triple. Now you can see the officials just trying to make sure the fans don't come on the court, which they have done. And the officials told him to go back into the crowd. Well, you gotta love the support here from our spectators. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as it stands here, London City Royals will remain undefeated here in the British Basketball League. What a game it was here at Crystal Palace. At the end of this one, London City Royals 77.